Now, Kim Beazley, the ambassador to the United States, dropped Julia Gillard in it a bit this week, or at least reporting of something that he had allegedly said had that impact. He was at the Australia-America Leadership Dialogue, and these were private discussions, and he was reported to have said that Labor could be left with just 30 seats after the next election. Now, I think the dialogue itself is starting to lose some of its discipline because all these matters are supposed to go on behind closed doors, and whether it's journalists or politicians that are now leaking, I think it's symptomatic of the toxic nature of domestic politics that that these sort of institutions are breaking down. But how damaging was that to have that out there, given that it was Kim Beazley?
Do you really need... I don't know that you need a former Labor leader behind closed doors at a dialogue to tell Labor that they're about to be wiped out at the next election. I mean, I think Blind Freddie can see that, and the fact that Kim Beazley said it in that forum was Kim Beazley being frank. I don't really think it made a huge difference in that everybody knows that's true. There's a bit of suspicion about where the leaks might have come from. Have a look at this.
Craig Emerson is accusing the coalition of leaking from confidential meetings between Australia and the US in Washington. What's your response to that?
There were a number of Labor members of Parliament present at the meeting in question, and I think that Craig Emerson is just embarrassed at the fact that so many Labor members of Parliament are despairing of their prospects under this particular Prime Minister, and I can understand their dismay.
It's my understanding that the report today is not an accurate reflection of the discussions that were held in a closed meeting.
Now, Bob Hawke was asked about this at the launch of Steve Brack's book during the week, and he thinks there's a bit of a pattern here with Kim Beazley. Have a listen.
Kim's been a mate of mine for 1,000 years, and I've never met a more pessimistic bloke in politics than Kim. In 1983, he was wondering whether he was going to win his seat.
Do you think he's right? I remember when Kim Beazley and John Faulkner used to fight each other for the title of the leader of the Labor Pessimist Club. John Faulkner says that reality's now caught up with his pessimism, and so he's no longer a member.
Yeah, well, here's another fact to support the reality of it all. Channel 7 had a poll that leaked to them that suggested that Labor would lose all its seats in Queensland. Now, we've heard that one before.
And Tasmania and Western Australia, according to that poll. Well,
I keep hearing from within the Liberal Party too that they're doing really well in Tasmania, and they're way ahead in Bass, so perhaps it's... At the last election, there was that rarity about it where the Labor vote started really low up north, and it just got better progressively all the way down south, but apparently it's getting worse. Well, the fact that Labor's poised to lose all of its seats in Queensland was evident in the last published aggregated poll for Newspoll, and this is the sort of conversation that you hear all the time from people inside the Labor Party. They say, oh, the polling shows, Channel 7 this week, Mark Riley managed to put some numbers to it, and that gives it a bit more weight. But I don't think it's really telling Labor or Labor politicians anything they don't either know or feel. No, but the fact that it was leaked at all...
that's the interesting thing. This polling is held pretty tightly, and not many people see it. The suspicion is that it came out of the machine, the Labor machine, rather than the politician, and people are looking towards Sussex Street in New South Wales.